अरिहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So today we are going to discuss Nimitt Upaadaan. Nimitt is an instrumental cause and Upaadaan is a principal cause. Okay. So the spelling is Principal. So generally speaking, if you use it as a noun, the principal means headmaster of the school. But when you use it as an adjective, then it means that something very important. Okay. So this is in that sense, in the adjective sense, so it is principal. Otherwise, there is another spelling, Principle. So that principle means doctrine. That can also be used, but I think principle in adjective form would be a better word. So karan is causes. So for any action to take place, there are various causes. So today we will be studying about this. For any action to take place, there are various causes, and we will analyze these causes and we'll see that what is the controlling factor in our hand, where we can work on, where we can put in our effort and get the desired action or the result. Okay. Anyways, those who are comfortable, no problem. You just keep on listening, and I'm recording also, so you can listen later on also, no problem. Okay. So now if I give you an example that supposing a food is made, what is the cause behind it? Krish?
Yes, sir.
Supposing if a food is made, what is the cause behind it?
The cause would be the maker of the food, the cook, the chef.
Yes. So this is the general perception. In fact, this is not the general perception, but misperception. Right? So, of course, there cannot be food. A food cannot be prepared without the help of a cook. But cook is not the principal cause. Cook is the instrumental cause. And what we see is the instrumental cause. And we believe that cook is the doer of food. But in reality, the principal cause would be the ingredients that goes on preparing the food. You know, supposing if you are making a rice, so the rice is the principal cause. Okay. Chapati, if you are making chapati, then wheat is the principal cause. So what we see around is the instrumental cause. And so we believe that it is the instrumental cause who is doing the work or the action. But in reality, now we realize that an action can take place in a substance which is capable of doing that thing, right? So rice can be made into a food, but not the cook can be made into a food. Okay. So then we come to the definition. Once we understand the definition of principal cause and the instrumental cause, you will feel more comfortable to understand this concept. Okay. So the substance that manifests itself into the action. Okay. The substance that manifests itself into the action is known as the principal cause. Okay. For example, when a furniture is made, the wood itself is the principal cause, right? Because the wood that has come from the tree, and from that wood only we are supposing making a chair or a table. Okay. So the table and chair, for table and chair, the principal cause would be the wood. Okay. It is the wood that in which the transformation has taken place. The chair and table has been made out of that wood only. Okay. So this is the principal cause. Now, what would be an instrumental cause? Okay. The substance which does not, 1 minute. Yes. The substance which does not manifest itself into the action, but is assumed to be suitable for the said action, okay, is known as instrumental cause. Okay. So when a chair or a table is made out of wood, what would be uh, that would be suitable for this action? The carpenter, right? So carpenter is the instrumental cause, and the other tools that a carpenter uses to make that furniture are also an instrumental cause. But the principal cause would be the wood only. Okay. So now you see the action, that is furniture is being made, and the principal cause is the wood, and the instrumental cause is the carpenter and the other tools that he used to make that chair or table. Okay. Now I'll give you one more example. You have to tell me what would be the principal cause and what would be the instrumental cause. Supposing a student is studying. Okay. Now tell me, in this example, what would be the principal cause and what would be the instrumental cause?
So the student is studying. So what's the principal and instrumental?
What
So
is,
the student studying would be the principal, right?
yes, student would be the principal cause because the student is studying. So action is taking place in the student, right? So he is the principal cause. Now, what would be the instrumental cause?
The material that he's using to study.
Yes. So it could be books, it could be teacher, it could be school, it could be blackboard, etc., etc., right? So all these are instrumental cause. Okay. So now you have to learn this definition. What is a principal cause? The substance that manifests itself into action. Okay. The substance that manifests itself into action is called principal cause. Okay. And the substance which does not manifest into action but is assumed to be suitable for the said action is called as instrumental cause. Okay. Would you repeat the definition once, Krish? What is a
So
principal cause?
so basically, um, the principal cause is basically what's actually being manifested into the thing we want, and then the instrumental cause is just what's being given the basically what's the reason for it being manifested, not the principal cause is what's actually being changed, And the instrumental cause is just kind of what is the driving force.
Right. It, the the instrumental cause is assumed to be suitable for that said action. Okay. So it's in a way it's helping out. Okay. It's not that it is not helping out. It is helping out, but it is not actively participating in the action. Right. So principal cause is that manifests itself into action. And this does not manifest itself into action, but it's assumed to be a suitable cause for that action. Okay. So this is fine. You have understood the definitions. And now we move further on to this chart only. And what you could see in the chart, Krish, under okay. So principal cause and instrumental cause. Again, so there is a line missing here. These two divisions, eternal and momentary. Okay. These two are subdivisions of principle. Okay. So this line one has to be here. That line is not there. I have done it right now. But you would do, when you make your own chart, you do this. Okay. So this principal cause is divided into two. One is eternal principal cause. The other one is the momentary principal cause. Okay. So I have just written eternal and momentary, but we have to say the complete name. Eternal principal cause. Okay. Momentary principal cause. Okay. And again, that momentary principal cause is divided into two: immediate prior modification and eligibility of the moment. Okay. So this is how the chart is made. And from the instrumental side, there are three divisions: type 1, type 2, and type 3. Type 1, again, there are two parts: motivational and indifferent instrumental cause. Okay. Then type 2 would be internal and external instrumental cause. And type 3 would be primary and secondary instrumental cause. Okay. I hope you have understood the chart, right? Now I will explain you each terminology. Okay. What is this eternal principal cause? Okay. Eternal principal cause is the efficacy of substance, power of substance. Okay. Intrinsic power of that substance is its eternal principal cause. It is the nature. Okay. Nature of that substance. It is eternal. Eternal means it is existing since time immemorial, and it is going to exist since up to infinite time. There is no end, no beginning, no end. That's why it is called eternal. Okay. So this cause is always present. So there are two parts to principal cause. One is eternal principal cause. Another one is the momentary principal cause. Out of this, eternal principal cause is always present. It is the inherent nature of that substance. It is the intrinsic nature of that substance. It is eternal. Okay. Uh, it is the regulator of pure nature. Regulatory cause. Okay. It is the regulatory cause of pure nature, but it is not the forceful cause. What does that mean? We will understand each. Efficacy of substance, first part. Okay. What is efficacy of substance? Efficacy means the power, the strength. Okay. The strength of that substance to manifest in a certain manner. Okay. If the strength or the power would not have been there, then the substance could not manifest into that action. Example, we take that again example of furniture. Okay. Say chair or table. made out of wood. So what is the eternal principal cause here? The wood. Okay. Wood is the eternal principal cause. So the wood has the capacity to transform into chair or table. Okay. So this power of transformation is the efficacy of substance. Okay. This transformational power, it is able to manifest into that. Okay. So that is the efficacy of the substance. It is the nature of that substance. Okay. So the nature of wood is to manifest into furniture. Okay. It is eternal. Wood would be existing always. Even if you burn that wood, it will turn into ash. But wood as a matter will always remain. Okay. It is just changing its form. Earlier it was tree, then it become wood, then it could become chair, then it become ash. But it is always matter, 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 right? So the substance does not change. Its transformation keeps on happening every moment. So there are how many substances in the universe?
6.
Yes, very good. So these 6 substances are transforming every moment. They keep on changing every moment, every moment. While they keep on changing, one part of it always remain unchangeable. Okay. So the whole substance in it, one part is always constant as it is, and the other part keeps on changing. So the part which does not change, unchangeable part, is the eternal principal cause. Okay. And the changing part is the momentary principal cause. Okay. So we have seen efficacy of substance, nature, eternal. Now, if somebody asks you that what is the regulatory cause of this chair, okay, or the furniture or the table, then the nature of wood is the regulatory cause. Okay, regulatory factor, right? If a chair or a furniture is made, it will always be made out of wood, because wood have this capacity to transform into furniture. Okay. So it is the regulatory cause of pure nature. Okay. A regulatory factor of pure nature, that wood. Okay. Now, so wood is always present. So the chair should always be made, but it does not happen so. That means it is not the forceful cause. Although it is an eternal principal cause, but it is not a forceful cause. Why it is not a forceful cause? Because chair is not being made every moment, right? So now we need to find the forceful cause, okay? The regulatory cause of the action taking place. So then, since this is not the forceful cause, okay, so then we move on to the another type of principal cause, okay, that is momentary principal cause. Momentary principal cause. Now, what is this momentary principal cause? Momentary itself says that it is of one moment, right? It keeps on changing, changing, changing every moment. That's why it is called momentary principal cause. Now, this momentary principal cause is divided into two. Okay. One is immediate prior modification, and the other one is the eligibility of the moment. Okay. Now, Since we have already ruled out eternal principal cause to be the forceful cause, so now we are finding what is the forceful cause, which is the controlling factor, which is the competent factor. Okay. For that, we are studying the two divisions of momentary principal cause. Okay. Because instrumental cause is already ruled out, right? Because it is not directly participating in the action. It is not manifesting into the action. It is just assumed to be a suitable to that action, right? So instrumental cause is ruled out. Principal cause is also ruled out because it is not the forceful cause. If it would have been forceful cause, then chair would have been made every moment. But no, on a specific time, the chair is made. Okay. So it is not the forceful cause. So now we are looking at this forceful cause. So we have to study this momentary principal cause and its two subdivisions. So the first one is immediate prior modification. Okay. What is this immediate prior modification? The chair is the action. Example, the chair is the action. Okay. So before the chair is made, the different four legs, then the back part, supporting part of the chair, then the base part of the chair on which we sit. Okay. All these are different things. They have been cut from the wood and now they are being assembled. Okay. So this whole action is taken. So this, the up to the moment the chair is ready for consumption, it is called immediate prior modification. So directly starting from wood to just before the chair is assembled, it is all immediate prior modification. Okay. Supposing in the 100th second, the chair was ready. So 1 to 99 second is immediate prior modification. Not only 99, but starting to up to before the end. Okay. So 1 to 99 is immediate prior modification. Now, when the action has taken place, it is the eligibility of the moment. Okay. The action that has taken place, the chair has been made, it is ready for use, is the eligibility of the moment. Even you have done, you have made the back side of the chair, you have done the base of the chair, you have put in three legs. One leg is still left. Still, the action is not complete. Because if you sit in that, you will fall down, right? So when the fourth leg of the chair has been placed in the proper place, then only it is chair. Okay. So the chair is the eligibility of the moment. The final product is the eligibility of the moment. Okay. Now, this is one way of discussing cause and effect relationship. Okay. Effect is what? The action that has taken place, right? Effect is the chair. And what are the causes? So we considered initially two causes, principal cause and instrumental cause. Okay. Out of that, instrumental cause directly does not manifest into action. So it was ruled out. Then principal cause. Then we saw the two divisions of principal cause, eternal and momentary. Eternal is not the forceful cause, okay, because it is always present, but the final product does not get uh, manufactured every moment. Okay. So it is not the forceful cause. Then we move on to the momentary principal cause, and out of that we come to two subdivisions of momentary principal cause, that is immediate prior modification and the eligibility of the moment. Now, after understanding all these causes, what would you say is the final cause of the action, the most important cause for the action taking place? Now chair is made, So which cause you would consider as the controlling factor, regulatory cause, competent factor? Which one?
Um, would it be instrumental cause? No,
Instrumental cause does not directly participate
right.
into the action, right? It is just assumed to be suitable for the said action.
Mm-hmm.
So it is always an external substance.
Okay.
Okay. So wood, chair. Okay. Carpenter, instrumental cause. Tools, all the tools that has been used to make the chair are all instrumental cause, but they don't directly participate in the action, right? So uh, then what is your answer?
Um, Probably then principal cause.
Yeah. So again, principal cause is of two type. Which one would?
Either eternal or momentary, you're asking?
Okay. Momentary is you right. Momentary again has two options. Which one would you consider? When the final action has
Eligibility.
taken place.
I'd say eligibility
Yes, correct.
because immediate prior is anything before, and since it's
Ah,
already happened, it
we
can't
are
be immediate
concerned with
prior.
the final product, and final
Right.
product is the eligibility of the moment. So wood was there, carpenter was there, but chair was not made. Why? Because eligibility of the moment was not there. So eligibility of the moment is the most important cause in the whole process. Okay. So this is how we analyze each and every action. We find the main cause in that action, and that is the eligibility of the moment. Okay. By knowing this, we would know how to make the effort. So the immediate prior modification will explain us what kind of effort has to be made, and eligibility of the moment guides us how the final outcome will come, right? So this is, I'll just give you one, two examples. We will work on one, two examples, and then you would understand it better. And then we will understand the other words there written over there. Okay. So let's keep it up to here. Then let's discuss first the instrumental cause. And then again, we will come back to the momentary principal cause and its two divisions. Okay. Now let me make you understand the instrumental cause. It's very simple. It is always an external factor, instrumental cause. Okay. It never directly participates into the action. Okay. It does not manifest itself into action. Okay. It is just assumed to be a suitable for the said action. So there are two divisions. First, there are three types. In fact, there are five types, but we are considering here only three types. So the first type of instrumental cause is motivational and indifferent. Okay. Motivational is one who has got desire plus it is active. Okay. You could see the word desire plus active, right? So motivational cause would be the one who has got desire in him and who is active. Okay. So in case of that furniture, carpenter is the person who has the desire to make that chair, right? So he is the motivational instrumental cause. Okay. Now, what would be indifferent instrumental cause? Desireless plus inactive. So what are those, right? The tools that the carpenter used, it has got no desire, axe, whatever they use it, to cut the woods into two parts, they use what you call all the tools that has been used. Okay. So all those are desireless and those are inactive. Carpenter uses it, but they itself are inactive, right? So medium of motion, Among the six substances, there is medium of motion. What is medium of motion? Do you recollect?
Um, Dharm?
Yes,
No, no, no.
dharm, dharm.
Dharm, right? Dharm?
So what is the function of dharm dravya?
It's it's movement, like it's what makes move.
Yes, it does not make move, but if somebody wants to move, then it acts as an instrumental cause. Okay, that's why it is called medium of motion. Then medium of rest. If somebody wants to stop, then medium of rest is the instrumental cause. If these two would not have been there, then either people would have been moving all the time or it would have been stationary all the time. But since these both are there, so whenever he wants to move, he can move. Whenever he wants to rest, he can rest. Then space. Space is giving the uh, place for all the substance to uh, be in that space, So space is an instrumental cause for giving you the accommodation. Okay. And time. Time is again a substance and it acts as an instrumental cause for all the substances in their transformation. Okay. So these four substances are always there as an indifferent instrumental cause. And in the motivational instrumental cause, it would be the soul, the participating soul, like carpenter in our case. Okay. Then matter substance is also a, a matter substance is of course not, it does not have desire, but it is active, right? Matter can move from one place to another place. So in that sense, they are active. So matter and soul could be motivational instrumental cause, and all the four substances could be indifferent instrumental cause. Okay. So this six will always be there. And of course, the particular case, like if you are making a furniture, then carpenter. If you are making a ring, golden ring, then goldsmith would be the motivational instrumental cause, and all the tools being used would be indifferent instrumental cause. So this is one set of instrumental cause. The second set, type 2, internal instrumental cause and external instrumental cause. Okay. So the primary cause is called the internal instrumental cause. Okay. So now the example of chair, okay, made out of wood. So what would be the internal instrumental cause and what would be the external instrumental cause? Can you guess? Both would be instrumental. You cannot go towards eternal cause, principal cause. Okay. Both has to be external substance in case of chair, right? So the carpenter, right? We will put carpenter as the internal cause and external will all be the tools. Okay. Then the third type, primary and secondary. So the primary cause would be the carpenter and secondary would be all other tools. So these are three different ways of presenting the instrumental cause. Okay. Now the final. As far as the action is concerned, could you remove any of these causes?
I don't think so. You would not be able to.
Yes. That means for the action to take place, all the causes are indispensable. You cannot remove any of the causes. Supposing wood is there and tools are also there, but carpenter is not there, then also it will not happen. Carpenter is there, tools is there, but wood would not be there. Then also you cannot do it. Wood is there, carpenter is there, tools is there, but the efforts are not there. Then also it will not happen. Now efforts are also there, but eligibility of the moment should be there to get the desired action. Okay, to get the desired result. Okay, so we come back to the momentary principal cause and its two divisions. Immediate prior modification is also termed as effort. Now, what does it imply? It implies the regulatory factor of process. It defines the whole process from the raw wood to the final product of chair. Just before that, the whole process is the regulatory factor. Regulatory factor of what? Process or method. Okay. Process or method regulatory factor is immediate prior modification. The other name for immediate prior modification is effort. Okay. And similarly, eligibility of the moment, there are two things involved in that. One is the predestined time. Okay. So chair was supposed to be made at say 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock is the predestined time when the chair would be ready. And the destiny. Okay. So destinies also should be there. Now, if you combine this predestined time and destiny, then we call it eligibility of the moment. Okay. Eligibility of the moment includes two components. One is predestined time and destiny. So destiny should also be there. Destiny is nothing but the action. Okay. The chair is the destiny. What is the destiny of wood? The chair is the destiny. Okay. So this is a regulatory factor of time because it defines the time at which the chair would be ready. Okay. So now this is the one way of expressing the cause and effect relationship. Now we will move on to another way of depicting the same process through 5 causes. Okay. So what are these 5 causes? First one is nature. So nature corresponds to here to what? You can see the chart.
Um, I don't see nature on here.
Eternal.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. So
Oh, yeah, I see nature and eternal. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So nature is the here is nature in that 5 causes is here eternal principal cause. Okay. The second, effort. What does effort represent here?
Effort is immediate prior modification,
Very
right?
good. Third one, predestined time.
Eligibility of the moment.
Destiny.
Also eligibility of the moment.
Very good. And instrumental cause is common to both process,
Right.
right?
Right.
So now you know 5 actions, 5 causes of action, and you also know 2 causes of action. If somebody asks you what are the 2 causes of any action to take place, you would say principal cause and instrumental cause, right? If someone says name the 5 causes for any action to take place, then you would say nature, effort, eligibility, predestined time, destiny. Okay. And instrumental cause. Instrumental cause is common in both the case. Instrumental cause is always an external factor. All these are 4 things are in the principal cause. Okay. Now out of these 4 things, okay, in the 5 causes, which one is in our hand?
Um, would it be the effort?
Yes, very good. You have understood very clearly. Effort is something in our hand. Nature is always present, right? So if the action has to take place, nature is always present. Why didn't it take place earlier? So it is not the forceful cause. Okay. The second part is the predestined time and destiny. So predestined time is nothing but the time the final action takes place. Okay. And destiny is itself the action that has taken place. So those are nothing. Okay. And nature is always present. Instrumental cause does not participate directly into the action. So what you are left with is only effort. Okay. So effort is something in our hand, and for that reason, the preachings are there. If effort would not be have been in your hand, then there is no sense in preaching you, right? So a person who makes the right effort according to the principles laid down by our omniscient, okay, he gets the predestined time also, he gets the destiny also, the nature is always present, and instrumental cause is also at that moment present. Okay. Instrumental cause is just mere presence. It does not directly participate in the action, right? So effort is in our hand, and for that we are studying this causes. Okay. So now if you want to take admission, if you want to become a doctor, where would you take admission?
Medical school?
Yes. So instrumental cause tells us that if you want to become a doctor, you go to a medical college. Don't go to an engineering college, right? So instrumental cause is also important. It helps us in achieving our objective. Okay. So if you want to manifest right belief, right, what would be the instrumental cause?
The teachers.
Yes, very good. True God, true scriptures, and true monks. Okay. Teacher is also right. So effort is something in our hand. We cannot leave effort to destiny, right? If we leave effort to destiny, then there is no responsibility on us, right? So effort is in our hand, and when we put in the right effort according to the right guidance, automatically the other causes comes on its own. Okay. So this is what we have understood from the chart itself. Now, our time is over. What we do is we will connect next week again on this chapter. In meantime, you read the textbook that has been sent, the first part. I think there are around 16 pages in that, right? So you first read that 16 pages, and if you find anything that you are not able to understand, you will ask me first in the next class. And if you say I have understood everything, then we will do some practical examples, okay, where you have to find the eternal principal cause, then you have to find immediate prior modification, then you have to find eligibility of the moment and the instrumental cause. And again, in instrumental cause, you have to tell me what is motivational instrumental cause and what is indifferent motivational cause. So I will give you 3 examples, okay, as a homework. So once you read the whole chapter, then you do these 3 examples, okay. And after doing these 3 examples, I will first ask you in the class, and then we will proceed for further discussions on this. Okay. So 5 causes are what? Last revision. What are the 5 causes?
Nature,
Yeah, yes,
uh, effort,
yes,
um, time, the fixed time,
yes,
Um, I don't remember the other ones.
Destiny,
Oh, yeah, destiny and
instrumental cause.
instrumental part. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you will definitely become a good lawyer. You have understood it very nicely. And we will sharpen this topic further in the next class. In
sure.
meantime, you have to read this, and I will send 3 examples to work on it, and you have to practice that. Okay. Okay. Anything else, Shirish ji?
No, sir. This was wonderful. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
no problem. So we will meet up next week, and also the students who are absent today, tell them to catch up on recording. I will be sending you the recording sometime, and they can also catch up on the recording, and in the next class they can also participate, right?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है। इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। 9 times नमोकार मंत्र। बोलो द्वात्संगी जिनवाणी माता की जय।
Jai.
जय जिनेन्द्र।